of clearing before I came on. I did do a message earlier, but I felt energies that were approaching and I got a bit jittery, so I think I'm just going to start again and say the water is cooling. As we move into this time where we're learning more about energy and becoming more aware of our own energy and energy around us, and our levels of alchemy and awareness of the roles, energetic roles or guardianships that we've been put on the earth to uphold, as whether gatekeepers or stewards. I think it's better than gatekeeper. I've met some souls who are incredibly gifted, genius level, and connected into source energy in very, very profound ways. And so as they channel their light in whatever way they need to, I do also pick up energies. I know words are important, so I'm not going to go around saying, oh, I'm collecting energy all the time, but as a natural, as a empath, it's just what we do. And it's taken me a while to come back to, like, no shade, no nothing, but it's taken me a while to come back to my own energy, and that was greatly aided by the water. I went down in the rising and low tide, and as I sort of submerged, a bird flew over. I'll get to that in a minute. And luckily there's hardly anyone down there when I'm there, because I go a bit cuckoo in the water if I've got a lot of energy to release, because obviously we work with the water element, emotion, energy and motion that flows through us. And so when you connect with the water, as we see through the cycles of the moon, the waves, the energy can be all at various times of the day. We can see the water reflecting energy, emotion, movement in ways that are calm or chaotic. And I, for some reason, was like called to do can and start spreading the news, that track. New York and the Can Paris, Moulin Rouge. I don't know what's sort of resurfacing for people at the minute, or anybody watching or in my soul group, but a lot of movement, and also do a bit of synchronized swimming and get called to make strange shapes and things that I just, in the end, I give up trying to lead myself, because higher self or the water spirits just work through me, and I prance about like a little mini Victoria is in the water, and she gets activated and plays, and it's really, really helpful for me. Anybody watching's gonna think differently, but we do what we need to do as huge channels, huge energy vessels on the realm. And it took me, I think, probably about half an hour. I don't really do time down there. Probably about half an hour to get out of this very, very hype energy, which is cool, like dance, it keeps me fit, and then get to the point where I get to the stillness and the meds. And Jua, the son, he helped sort of just cleanse the third eye a little bit, and just get me back into a space where I connect with my inner light, and balance the masculine and the feminine inside. And the water's really, really important for those of us who connect with the elements and know that we're super sensitive and gifted. All of us are, not many of us are claiming it, but people that I'm meeting are claiming it. Therefore, we know the profound depth at which we can go to. And it's quite beautiful to be seen by other souls who are equally deep and have gone to their own depth, because there's a level of connection that can't be reached otherwise. So that's quite satisfying. And I believe across the globe, I'm not the only one saying this, that the soul alignments are happening. And in whatever ways, intimate, platonic, we're all on our own journey. Me moving through a period of celibacy has some interesting energies rising that I know not necessarily mine at the minute, might be projected from the external realm onto me, and so I feel that and can get into the fire element quite quickly as a as a keeper of the eternal flame. So I know that flame's always there. And that's why the water element's really, really important for us, and those of us that work with the fire and spirits, smoke, smudging, whatever, however we connect with that medium, that cleansing tool, that ancestral offering. And I know this might sound a bit gobbledygook to some, but it's I've got a lot of energies around me at the minute, which is all good. It's just a test, it's a level up to see how I can maintain my own energy at the minute. But we've got to be mindful, because when we do collect energy, we can also project it in ways it can get us into trouble. It can, we've really got to know ourselves. We've really got to know what's ours and what's not, because I just think that's continually going to be the challenge, the tests for us right now. We've done the spiritual sort of warfare and moved out of the fighting battle mode. Therefore, as things sort of float down to the physical realm, we're gonna be presented with challenges and the lessons that we've sort of meant to have integrated and embodied over the past couple of years. For those of us that align with like being on a mission or whatever. And I know my energy, or even me saying me on a mission, triggers people. I really don't give a fuck. Like, it's a point where we can only live for ourselves. We live in love, and if the love is still continuing to trigger people's demons, we swerve and move away from those people. Like, nothing is personal. We can send love out, but if people do not meet us in love, they can't share loving energy, or they can't receive it. It's just not a time to hang around that energy anymore. Carry on, move and float where the energies are reciprocal. Otherwise, this precious time, which is really the only commodity, is spent focusing on stuff that, and people and energies that are hindering what is coming through right now, our growth. It's the only point of being on the realm, is growth. Otherwise we stagnate into a cesspool of shit. And this is definitely not my energy, because I'm going pretty dark right now, but I was very, very playful in the water, so I don't know what's really whirling at the minute. I need to meditate and figure out a few more things, but fresh in the energy. It takes a while to decode, we're not perfect at it. It's not split second. It's depends how much we've rested, what we've nourished ourselves with, whether we've fasted, dry fasting, liquid fasting, as to how we learn the energy that comes towards us in our auric field. Oh, one thing I do remember that they wanted me to show from the water is, at some point I do various, I'm called to work like submersion level and also surface level on the water, and I put my arms out, like if you imagine that, like full on arm extension, and going around in a circle like that, that level is our auric field. Like, anyone that comes within like 1 meter, 2 meters of us is our sacred personal space. And if those people don't have good, loving, respectful intentions, we can feel that, and that can shift and affect our energy. And this is why we really need to continue to know what's ours and what is not ours, because it can lead us to do things that we are doing not necessarily for our betterment. And I'm not saying we can't blame anybody. This is the role that we learn and we navigate as empaths, as healers, as alchemists, as transmuters of energy in this global awakening. And when you have masses of light and channeling coming through, also means that you've been pretty dark down into the depths of some people call it the hell realm, but whatever. It's just, anyway, not going down that route, because I wanted to channel the beauty of the water today. So it was transparent and clear, and she is calling, and it's really important that we do go in the water. I mean, I know shower meditation, shower cleansing, and and drinking a lot it helps, but swimming at times where we can feel energetic spikes is essential. She's also got like so much wisdom to activate in ourselves and our DNA. But when I'm in the water, this is it. So learning energy. So something came through. It was a bit of self-doubt, and I don't have that at the minute because I know my abilities and I know what's coming through to me because it's been proven time and time and time again. I believe in synchronicities. I don't believe in coincidence, and I can't really navigate being around people that don't believe in synchronicities. And some people have expressed that here. Those don't believe it. It's cool. It's just we're not speaking the same language, which is cool, and it's nice to have people with differences. But in terms of feeling seen and understood and knowing energy and the mechanics of the universe, synchronicity is one way the divine speaks to us, the divine realms. So I mentioned the bird, and so he flew over and was watching me for the whole time. Like, a sacred bird, something that I connect with in not only this country but other countries. It's a very special bird. And I thought, oh, am I making this stuff up? Am I just feeling weird? What is this? If I'm hearing what I need to hear, 1 month or 4 o'clock, if I'm hearing what I need to hear, sorry, this is a bit jittery, but there's just lots going on at the minute for everyone, I think. Then if I go to leave the water and he goes to depart the water, then that's my confirmation. Lo and behold, I turned to walk out the water and he flies. So I was like, okay, thanks very much. I really needed that confirmation. And that was me knowing that self-doubt was not my energy. That's other people around me living in fear. Whether you pass them on the street, whether you're living above or below them, as super empaths or whatever we call it, like, the sensitivity is just growing. And so I'm really glad that recalibration happened in the water, supported and aided by the water, because that self-doubt wasn't mine and the balance was restored. And so as I was working with the extension, like the arm extension sort of meditation, in terms of, I don't know if anybody's put both hands, I've done this with a couple of people, like on top of the water and work with the water in that way. Like meditation wise, it's not Tai Chi, but in terms of the arm movements, like it might be channeled. Like I was working with the golden ball of light at some point, so there's various things coming through from ancient wisdom of all cultures, I think, at the minute, especially the dragons. But before I go to the fire element, because my dragon's always there, but anyway, that is the sacred space around us. When people come into my field and I see them, I see pretty quickly these days certain things. When you live in truth, you see other people's lies, and this is not about being better or worse. This is just a personal work that we do. So now I don't lie to myself, and I don't dislike myself. I don't hurt myself in ways I used to, emotionally, physically, whatever we do or have done in the past, until we recalibrate and come back to the eternal, natural state of being as love and light. Which, when I say light, like, that integrates all of the shadow aspects as well. Yeah, it's not like light versus dark. It's balance, balance across the realms. Because we are from the darkness, the cosmos, the womb, the cosmic waters. Like, knowing our shadow is the greatest gift, and a point from which we can elevate to heights that we've never really comprehended before. And that's really gratifying in our journey, especially if we're curious souls, if we've awoken something in a level where a normal life, which don't really exist, the life that we're told we need to live, doesn't do anything for us anymore, just puts us to sleep. And so I don't want to be asleep. I don't want to be Waking Dead. I want to be part of the vibrancy that's coming back to the realm now, because of the ways the elemental energies are moving through some of us channels. Wizards, fae, gnomes, elves. And get all the birds, eagles, owls. the Native American medicine wheels coming through, the buffalo, the bear, the wolf, the eagle. There's a lot of stuff that's resurfacing, and so that's just a couple of moments in the water and like connecting with the elements. Air is coming through. I think there's just a lot going on with lungs at the minute, and the air. I think I said that in a previous channel as well. Something to do with what binds us and connects us all energetically, which is the elements. It's the ground that we all step on. It's the air that we all breathe. It's the water that we put through the systems. It's going to be it just connects us all. The interconnectedness of everything. Obviously the Maiko are talking to certain souls. Gosh, I didn't know this was going to be this kind of Scooby-Doo. Yellow, lots of yellow, eating yellow foods, wearing yellow, sunshine, light. This is a bit staccato. I've got musicians connecting. I've got musical peoples coming in because I can feel the chords of music coming through. That could have been the bowl at the beginning, just activating on the sound frequency level. Anyway, this is 17. There you go, I'll stop. 17 is an 8 cycles. Please get to the water, please ground, please connect with the ways we can find inner calm, inner peace, and ways to set our emotions free, healthily, calmly, away from other people. That's our responsibilities, to deal with our own emotions without shitting it all over other people and verbally diarrheaing all over other people, because we are over that era. Like, so many people have done that, and the eyes that can now. So we'll never go back to accepting someone speak to us like shit. It's just not the point. When we know we're capable of doing things by ourselves, being by ourselves, living in a wood forest as a wildling, whatever, for the rest of our days, although we don't choose that because we're social beings, and we need human connection, because also our skills, cross-pollination among the skill sets right now is massive. It's beyond, I'm not going to go down there. So, as there's so many strands here, I'll just keep it calm. Number 8, cycles. This is the number 9 year. So it's the final stuff of what we've all been building on. And we are master builders at this point. You know, we continue to build on the levels that we find ourselves at. And I trust that we're all aligning with the highest timeline right now. Someone wants to get a haircut, don't get your hair cut. At the minute, your hair is sacred and it's got so much stuff. It also protects the crown chakra. There's a lot of stuff about protecting crown chakra at the minute. I've Coptic cross coming through. This is really higgledy-piggledy, so I'm just going to go. But please go to the water.